Welcome to this month's Exercise is Medicine News Roundup. March in Canada was filled with optimism and hope as the trees started to bud and we felt a sense of renewal and transformation. We have never needed exercise more than we do now. And as the vaccine rollout continues in Canada, there are many reasons to be optimistic. Here is what hit LiveWell's radar in the month of March. Diabetes Canada, Heart and Stroke, and the Canadian Cardiovascular Society endorsed the Fitness Industry Council of Canada's tax deduction proposal. The FIC received a huge boost as these three major health advocates, Diabetes Canada, Heart and Stroke, and the Canadian Cardiovascular Society, endorsed the proposal to make gym memberships and services tax deductible. It's important for us to remember that diabetes affects 1 in 3 Canadians. And pre-diabetes affects another 6 million Canadians. Heart disease is the leading cause of premature death in Canadian women, and we know that exercise reduces hypertension by 33% and lowers blood sugars in as little as 10 minutes. Gaining support from outside of the fitness industry strengthens the voice of this federal proposal. We have long thought that the high we experience from running comes from endorphins. Well, new research shows that the high from aerobic exercise can be tied to endocannabinoids, the active substance found in cannabis. Researchers had been skeptical for years about endorphins being the cause of this euphoric feeling. Endorphins can't actually cross the blood-brain barrier because of their molecular structure. Even if a runner's blood contains extra endorphins, they will not reach the brain and alter mental states. Endocannabinoids are the likelier high and are similar in structure to cannabis. They surge during pleasant activities, and it's important to note they also surge when we run and can cross the blood-brain barrier. Exercise in pregnancy may reduce obesity in kids. One of the biggest breakthroughs in obesity and exercise came out of the University of Virginia. Researchers in a study with rats found that maternal exercise during pregnancy prevented the transmission of metabolic diseases from an obese parent to the child. Researchers believe that this will have huge implications for helping pregnant women ensure their children live the healthiest lives possible. We believe that one day doctors might be writing prescriptions for exercise for newly pregnant women. Exercise in this study prevented the transmission of metabolic diseases from the mother and the father. We know that chronic disease often has a fetal origin, and poor health choices made by parents often have negative consequences for the child. If this study is proven on humans, this could have far-reaching implications and further proves exercise during pregnancy is essential. And exercise is key to strengthen and function in older women. A study from the University of Georgia examined the impact of a high-protein weight loss diet and exercise on women between the ages of 65 and 80. They found exercise was necessary if women wanted to lose weight, not simply diet, and particularly strength training was needed to preserve muscle mass. 70% of women in the US over the age of 65 are considered overweight or obese. Obesity affects our lower extremity physical function, and specifically in older adults. This is a key determinant of whether individuals can function on their own and lead independent lives. This specific study divided the women into 3 groups: those on a high protein and exercise diet, those on just a high protein diet, and those on a regular protein diet with exercise. Results showed weight and fat loss was similar along all 3 groups, but muscle strength was gained with the exercise cohort. Most importantly, the non-exercise group experienced little improvement in strength and little to no improvement in that lower extremity physical function. Too much of a good thing? Well, overdoing HIIT reduces our mitochondria. In the continuing discussion of high-intensity interval training, researchers have found that excessive HIIT might damage your mitochondria and affect blood sugars, and participants in a HIIT study experienced significant declines in the functioning of their mitochondria after repeated intensive exercise. We know that mitochondria affects all of the cells in our body, and in this study published in the medical journal Cell Metabolism, participants in the study worked out strenuously daily. These participants developed sudden and severe declines in functioning of mitochondria and blood sugar dysfunction. Cells and blood sugars did return to normal when the HIIT was mixed with moderate aerobic exercise. Interestingly, in the first 2 weeks of the study, participants did get more fit, but by week 3, mitochondria were producing only 60% of energy, and blood sugar spikes and valleys were seen. If overall health is a priority, then HIIT must be balanced into a program with regular, moderate aerobic exercise. And that's it for this month's episode of Exercise is Medicine News Roundup. See you next month.